Hello and welcome to Living Right with Chris. My name is Chris Isweke and I want to welcome you to this week's episode in our weekly series. This month we're considering the effects of screen time on young people, teenagers and young adults. So this week, being the first week of the month, we're going to be looking at how to understand screen addiction and to unravel who is really in control of our life. So I want to start by asking you a question. So who's really in control of your life? What's the first thing you touch every morning when you wake up? Is it your phone or your purpose? So imagine spending 6 or 7 hours on your phone every day. That's nearly a full-time job. But what if your screen is quietly stealing your time, stealing your focus, and stealing your relationships? We can't shy away from the fact that screens are part of our everyday life. We use them to learn, to communicate, to work, and even just to relax. The problem isn't technology. The problem is when technology begins to control us instead of serving us. So what is screen addiction? Screen addiction is when you find it difficult to stop scrolling, stop checking notifications, gaming, or watching videos, even when it's affecting your sleep, your studies, your relationships, or your emotional health. And do you know that there are common warning signs of screen addiction? That constantly checking your phone without thinking, that's a sign. Feeling anxious when your phone isn't nearby, spending more time online than with real people, losing track of time while scrolling on your phone, ignoring responsibilities because of your screen. These are all, warning signs that you are addicted to screen. Technology is such a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. So we must learn how to use technology so that it can become a servant rather than a master. One thing we must learn is that anything you can't control will eventually begin to control you. So we must take heed to track our screen time and make sure that we put it at the barest minimum, right? Some of the time we complain that time is not enough for us. But the truth is that if you sit back to look at the number of hours you consume on the screen, you may discover that your biggest distraction isn't lack of time, but it's where your attention goes. Because where your attention goes is where your time is invested. I want to thank you for being here again. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not. Like this video. Invite others to come and learn even in this hall. And until next week, I'll see you again. Bye for now.